Hello everyone. Uh, Today we are going to see how to develop an counter application. So as this program says, we need to write a program to create an activity where that particular activity should have two buttons. So that is start button and stop button. So what happens when you click on the start button? What should happen when you click on the stop button? So on pressing of the start button, the activity must start the counter by displaying the number of by displaying the numbers from 1, and the counter must keep on counting until the stop button is pressed. So it means when you click on the start button, the counter, the activity should start where, and when as soon as the activity must start, the counter starts displaying the numbers from 1. It should count the numbers from 1. So how many times it should count the numbers from 1 until you press the stop button. So display the counter value in a text view control. So we need to have a text view so that numbers should be displayed on the particular text view. So to create this activity, what are all the things we need? We need two text views and two start buttons. Okay, so let's start with the program. Let's open the Android Studio. So it takes time to open the Android Studio. Wait. So it's taking time to open Android Studio. Let's wait for a few moments. So here, when you are counting the numbers, we need to have an handle the values. So for that, there is a class called handler. We need to use an handler, and we need to create a thread, and we need to override a run method. So that's why we are implementing the runnable interface also. Let's see what happens when you click on that. Okay. So what you need to do, you need to open an Android Studio. You need to create a project. Okay, you need to create a project. You need to go to the XML layout, make that particular XML layout. The default it will be constraint layout. Change it to a relative layout, and then you add a text view. So just to display that you want what the particular application is. So type in the Android text attribute. You give the counter application as a name, as a text. Then you add one more text view. So why this one more text view is to display the, as it is in the question, to display the values, counter values. Okay, we need to have a one more text view, and you need to add two buttons. So one button is to start the counter values, and one more button, that is a stop button, to stop the whatever the values you whatever the start counter has been started. So let's go to the file now. Let's wait, it's taking time. Okay, file, go to the file, new project, select an empty activity. Next, so I will be giving the application as counter application. I will give. So this package name will be there. Don't change. Save location. Don't change. Language will be, if you have Kotlin, you select it for Java, because I am telling this program about the Java language. So minimum SDK will be API 21. So click on the finish. So as soon as you click on the finish, to build the project, it takes the time to build project. Still, the project is building. The Gradle build process takes place. See, importing counter application Gradle project. So it's still taking time. Let's wait for a few more minutes. So when you are opening Android Studio, please don't open two projects at a time. So it takes so much of time to build. Okay. Still, the project is running. It's taking much time. Let's wait. See, when you open this like this two projects, it takes so much of time. So until it opens, I will brief you out how you need to write the code to run this particular application. So in the main activity class, you need to have a button and a text view. Okay. And you need to have one variable int I is equals to 1 to start the counter values from 1. We are using this. So and then you need handler. Okay, so where this handler class, where the handler class allows you to see, for example, when you are having a runnable objects, where the particular runnable object is having associated with the message queue, thread message queue. Okay, whenever the runnable object associated with the threads message queue, where this handler allows you to send and process the message. Okay, where each handler, so whatever the handler instance is associated, so whatever the handler associated with an each handler instance is associated with a single thread. Okay, whatever the instance you are creating for the handler, that is associated with a single thread, and that thread's message will be in a queue. So whenever you are using an handler instance where it has to schedule the messages and runnables to be executed at sometimes, okay, and also to enqueue an action to be performed on a different thread, so that should be on your own. So in this program, we will be using a handler, and we are also implementing a runnable interface. So in the runnable interface, we are overriding a run method. Okay, we are overriding a run method. So I think it's taking much of time. I will close everything and I will open once again. 2 minutes. So when you are working with an Android Studio, please don't open the two projects at a time. So it makes so much of time if your configuration is medium version. Okay. Now the project is opening. Let's see. Uh, so the Gradle build process is running. So to listen for the click, where we are using a button to listen for the particular button click, we need to uh, have a on-click listener. So within that, we will be having a view on-click listener. This particular interface is going to override a on-click method. Okay, this particular on-click method is whenever you click on that button, it has to execute. So, I think now the project is okay. So let's go to the layout. Let's design the layout part. Okay. So what we need to have a two text view and we need to have two buttons. Okay. So go to the code, just select, see, delete this particular text view. Whatever the text view you have, delete it first. Okay. So let's go to the part and we will be using relative layout. Okay. So then go to the design part. So I will make it visible. Okay. I will be using text view. Okay, I will make relative the view component to the layout. So change the text to, okay, let's visible this. Counter application. Okay. So we will change counter application. I will change the size and style and alignment also so that it can visible properly. Change the style, bold, and I will align. So there is a text align. So you can align it to the center. Okay. So one more text view I need. So this text view is to count the values and to display the counter values. Okay, whatever the counter values it is going to be counted. So that values to be displayed on the view. Okay. I will change. I will delete the text. I will make a hint for this so that I will give the hint as counter value. So counter value will be displayed. Okay. So I will make the alignment to the center so that it can display properly. And I will need to change the site so that we can see the values. Okay. So we have a text view to count the values. So we need to have a button to start and stop. change to start. So then one more button to stop. Okay, start. This is the design. Okay, so as you see here, so this design has been made over here. So now let's come to the Java part. So we can see how to write a logic. Okay, so how we can write the logic over here. Where it will be in a Java folder. Okay. So before coming to the Java code, so one more thing, you need to go to the code part and change the ID so that you can text counter value. Okay, I will be giving the text ID as one text ID I need, or will be giving. So I will make this as button underscore start btn underscore stop. Okay, I'll change the ID. So should use here. So here I need to have a button start comma btn stop. Okay. So one more thing, what we need to have a text view. Text view txt counter I will take. Okay, getting an error, press alt enter. See, if you press alt enter, that particular class, that particular thing will be imported. Okay. This thing, and one more thing I said, you need to have a value so that you can start the counting from 1. Okay, let's go to the on create. Okay, so before that only you need to have an handler equals to new handler. Okay, we are handling. So we come to the on create method. So first find the buttons is equals to find view by id or dot id dot btn underscore start. Next btn stop, find that id, find view by id or dot id dot btn underscore stop. So the id you have been given in a XML file. So one more thing, so do you need to display the value? So that's why you need to have a text counter, that is text view. Okay, find text view or dot id dot text counter value. So this is the text view ID which are given in your XML file. So now it should button should whatever, when you click on the button it should listen. Okay, so button start dot set on click listener. Okay, I'm creating an instantiation interface view dot on click listener. So as soon as you click, the on click will be over. So handler, so it should handle the values. Okay, dot post delay. Okay, so post delay I will be passing update timer thread. Okay, see, so this post delay, what this method will do, this post delay method causes the runnable to the message queue. Okay, and to be run after the specified amount of time to be elapsed. So it means that 1. So it should take next time. Some delay should be there to count the next value. So likewise. Okay. So after this, you need to stop as well. I will say that what the error is. Set on click listener new view on click listen. Okay, so here also handler dot remove callbacks. Okay, so what is remove callback method? So this particular method remove any pending posts of the runnable. So if you have any pending posts in the runnable, it is going to be removed. Where which are that thing will be there in the message queue. Okay, that thing will be in the message queue. So where we are handling a thread, we will be implementing an runnable interface. Okay, so as soon as you just click Alt Enter, it will be created. Sorry. Okay. Alt enter for this particular error. So what you need to do, you need to create a field. Okay, I'm just trying. Sorry. So what you need to do, so you have been initializing the button and text view on one variable int I is equals to 1, and you are creating an instantiation of a handler to handle the counter values. So next you are finding the button start and stop and the text counter, text view. So what happens when you click on the start button? It should listen. So that's why we are implementing set on click listener. So overriding an on click. So what happens? Handler dot post delay. So it means when the counter starts counting the values, so it should be there is a delay in the counting the values. So it takes some seconds or milliseconds to display the number 2. Likewise. So when you stop means that is you have been used a post delay in the start. So where this post delay causes the runnable, that should be the message queue. It means its specified amount of time will be elapsed to display the next number. So next, remove callback methods. Callback methods, if there is any pending post of the runnable, then it is going to be removed where that are in the message queue. So now outside the on create method, you need to have a private. Okay, private final runnable. So what the method is? Update timer thread. Okay, update timer thread is equals to new. Okay, new runnable. As soon as you press enter, the run method will be overridden. So this is an object of the runnable interface. Now the error has been clear. Okay, so what you need to do, so here you need to have a text counter. So text counter, what you need to set the value for the text counter. Okay, set text, okay, plus I display. Okay, so how we are going to handle this? Handler dot post delayed in this particular context 10 seconds. Okay, so this is your counter application code. So now let's run this project. So before I running the project, I will connect my device so that I can display the uh, uh, so as soon as I connect my device, so the physical device has been changed to my device. Now let's run this task. So while running, I will share my screen so that you can visible and we can see the application. So as soon as you run this particular application, so the idle build running process will be enabled. So when you see over here install, So I will then share my device so that you can see the application. So now it is installing. Now I will share my screen. Still installation is in process. So now the application has been launched, right? See, we have designed likewise. So as it is, it came. So as soon as I click on the start button, see, we'll stop. Okay. So this is how you need to create and launch your application. Okay. So this is about the counter application. So this fifth program.